Yo, what's going on, everybody? We back in my own apartment, not back home anymore, and we're also coming back with a brand new mock draft right now. Pretty sure I got this whole screen recording stuff figured out. I have my script written out for the top 15 quarterbacks, so that'll be coming soon. I also want to do my top 15 tight ends this week, so that hopefully is coming. Also trying out a little bit of a different video format for this one, so roll that intro. Team mock draft per usual on this channel. My last mock draft I went from the 3 spot, so I'm gonna do the opposite for this one. Gonna go from the 8 spot this time. Also doing it on sleeper this time. I feel like the rankings are a lot better from what they used to be, so, or the ADP I guess I should say, but regardless, doing it on sleeper this time. I do underdog drafts myself. That's probably my favorite, but trying to make a video on it when it's not people that you can control that come in and out is just super tough. So maybe I'll try it later, but for the time being, while I'm still figuring out all the tech and all of this stuff, we're just going to stick with Fantasy Pros and Sleeper. I don't know which one I like more yet. There's a lot of different things you can do with Fantasy Pros, but Sleeper's tech is just so superior. I mean, it's gorgeous. Look at it. But that's not the point. 10-team, half PPR, 1 quarterback mock draft from the 8 spot. Let's fucking do it. All right, we're starting it. All right, pretty standard stuff. Christian McCaffrey, Cup, Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor. JT's not going on 104, but he'll, you get the point. Austin Eckler, Justin Jefferson, Najee Harris. So I tend to definitely go running back heavy. This year's a little bit different. If you've heard me talk about it in some other videos, I think the wide receivers have a lot of value, especially some of these high-end ones right around the spot is where I start to look at them. So specifically in the first round, I'd be okay taking Cooper Kupp in this top end. Probably once I hit the 103, I'd be okay taking Cooper Kupp, honestly. And then I don't know the exact spot, but like JJ and Jamar Chase, I think are anywhere in the back end of the first round are pretty solid. Obviously, no quarterback or tight end. I mean, there's some people that will tell you to take tight ends this early. Just not for me personally. I do like tight ends early, not first or really second round. If you can get a value on like a Mark Andrews or a Kyle Pitts or somebody in the 3rd round, I think that's great. There's some other guys I like, but first, second round, that's not happening. So we're gonna go with wide receiver, tight end. Like I said, with wide receiver, the only guy I'd be willing to take right now is Jamar Chase. So let's look at running back, see who else we can take. All right, pretty clearly it would either be Dalvin Cook for me personally. So it's between Dalvin Cook or Jamar Chase. I think they're kind of in the own last tier of themselves. Since this is a mock draft and we kind of try things out that we wouldn't normally do, although this is something that I would do this year. Normally I wouldn't take wide receivers in the first round, but given what I think about this year, this is a mock draft. Like, this is where we try out different draft strategies. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. So Jamar Chase right here. Let's see what happens. Dalvin Cook goes off right after Devontae Adams. All right, I actually like Stephon Diggs more than Devontae, but I get it. So Stephon would be the person I would take here if I want to double up with the wide receivers, which definitely something that I'm interested in back here, or I guess I should say at the back end of the first. But I do think that there's no like clear. I think Swift and Kamara are pretty similar. Whoever you like. Fuck it, we're just gonna keep rolling with different type of draft strategy. I'm gonna take Stephon Diggs. We're gonna double up with top end wide receivers. These are my wide receiver 3 and 4. So if you can give me those 2 guys, kind of guarantee that position for me. And then, like I've talked about, there's some more value in the back end of the running backs. That's something I'm super interested in. So I don't know if this is going to be like a 0 running back strategy, but we'll just kind of have to see where the draft plays. I think that's some of the most important stuff about mock drafting or drafting in general is that you should have a strategy of what you want to do, but don't be stuck to like, this is what I'm going to draft. These are the people I'm going to draft. This round, I'm drafting this position. You got to let the draft fall to you. So never know exactly what you're going to do before. It's just kind of ridiculous. And then you're going to pigeonhole yourself into certain things that you don't want to do. So anyways, Stephon Diggs, first QB taken, Josh Allen. Debo, CD, pretty standard, probably a little early for Saquon, but all right, so it's really between the running backs and the wide receivers. These running backs, these 3 specifically, I kind of view all the same, and I view Mike Evans a lot higher than Keenan Allen or T. Higgins. All right, so you see that 2 quarterbacks already went, so I wasn't going to take one anyways, but I definitely wouldn't take a quarterback here. If one of these 3 tight ends were still here, Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, or Kyle Pitts, maybe I would definitely consider or probably take one of them, but since they're not, no point in really looking at tight ends. So if I want to look at the running backs, it would probably be Javonte here, but I look at Javonte, Zeke, James Conner, all relatively similar. Like, they're going to be the workhorses in their offense, but they all have people competing with them, and they're all in pretty good offenses. So I'd probably take Javonte since he just has the highest upside and the most skill at this point, but I think Mike Evans, I'm already just going on these wide receivers, so I think Mike Evans is a little bit different tier than Keenan Allen Allen or T. Higgins. So I'm going to take Mike Evans and just keep stacking this and just see where it goes and how I like this draft. Because this is definitely something I could see happening, and I don't know how I would feel about it. Ooh, and look at that. James Conner's still on the board, so we're going to take him here and get a running back 1. Was actually, for the 4th round and James Conner being a running back 1, like, I'll take that. All right, we see another quarterback go, some more tight ends. So still definitely not looking at those positions. Like, I would probably take Dalton Schultz here, honestly, but I'm not trying to take Dalton Schultz in the 5th round, especially in a 10-team league. So we're looking back at running back and wide receivers. I would say Josh Jacobs, Elijah Mitchell, like, probably about the same. I like the upside of Kenneth Walker, but not exactly sure. We see that there's 2 running backs on each of these teams right here, so there's a decent chance that if I want one of these running backs, it'll be right here, but I want 2 of them, then I can go. But let's look at the wide receivers, see who's still on the board. There's so many good guys. We could just keep absolutely stacking this, like DK, Jalen, Michael Pittman, DJ Moore, Mike Williams. I actually view DJ Moore, Mike Williams, Michael Pittman, like them all above Jalen and DK. Specifically DK, like Jalen I could understand, but I would probably take DJ Moore if I was going to take anyone here, who I actually have him ranked really high, and I think I'm going to, because after he gets like with Baker, like, he's going to be better than he has been. I mean, if you want to see me talk about him more, go watch my top 20 wide receiver ranking video. I talk more about why I like DJ Moore, and I like him in the sense that he's like a wide receiver 13, wide receiver 14, like somewhere in that range, and I think that's super likely. So I'm a wide receiver 4, I'll take him, dude. Let's solidify it. Fuck it, let's see what happens. Okay, only 1 running back was taken. I still like a ton of these wide receivers, but I really need running back, so I'm gonna take Elijah Mitchell, try to get some more talent there. But I mean, just look how stacked our wide receivers are. We got Mike Evans and DJ Moore at flex. I mean, we're gonna be good, and we still got some guys here, so I just want to solidify it. I'm gonna take Miles Sanders. I think there's a lot more upside than Damian Harris. Damian Harris on the Patriots with Ramondre Stevenson. I think the Eagles have a very likely chance of being a lot more improved, so give me Miles Sanders right here as my running back 3, which I think Miles Sanders as a running back 3 is very likely. It just, who do you want? And Damian Harris is gone. Still a lot of good wide receivers. I mean, Brandon Cooks, like, dude, what's up with the hate on Cooks? Like, year over year just finishes as a top 15 wide receiver. I don't have him ranked in my top 20. Like, he's probably somewhere in that 25 to 30 range, but he's someone who is just so consistent that, like, I'll take him every year around this range. I don't know if I'm taking him right here because I have too many wide receivers. I kind of got to evaluate, but let's see. So tight ends, Dallas Goedert, Dawson Knox, Zach Ertz, all pretty similar for me. Quarterback, like, I just punt quarterback position in these 10 league teams. I mean, there's so many good QBs later that I just never find the point in it. So we're pretty much just going to stick with the skill positions. And we're going to start to see a pretty hard fall off on running back soon. So I think I'm going to grab one more right here. I mean, I don't really love any of I'm going to take Chase Edmonds. I think Chase Edmonds has a high upside. He's probably going to be a running back 1 for Miami, and with that possibly improved offense, new head coach who's really good at utilizing great players, like, he has a possibility of hitting. So at this point with my running back 4, like, I'm kind of taking shots and I need, like, the upside. So even without the upside, like, he's gonna get touches. There's 100% guaranteed that he will get touches. So yeah, I actually like that pick a lot right here. I'll take Chase Edmonds, and I'm actually really starting to like this team as it started to shape out. I really like it. So we're gonna see how it goes. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I'm actually liking it a lot so far. Ooh, Gabriel Davis, I love that, man. But I guess Stephon, I wouldn't want him too much. James Cook, I like for the upside. I really like, who did I see? I really like Dameon Pierce for his upside too. I think there's gonna be a lot of opportunity for him, and when you get him this late, and I don't think he's gonna be drafted right here, I'm not gonna take him, but I really like Dameon Pierce as a late running back because I think he's gonna get a lot of opportunity, and that's what you want more than anything when it comes to running backs. But I'm gonna go back to, oh, look at this. We got Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson. I like both. Hunter Ren, like, dude, look at this. Good wide receivers. Christian Watson with high upside. I think I'm gonna take the shot with Garrett Wilson here, and just, there's always, past couple years, a lot of rookie wide receivers that have done super good, and I don't know who that's going to be, but when I already have such talent at the wide receivers, I think I can afford to take these kind of shots. So yeah, give me Garrett Wilson. Going to be with the new lady killer, I guess I say mom killer, Zach Wilson, and hopefully he can just bring that out of him. We know Zach Wilson got that dog in him, so yeah, Garrett Wilson it is. Is that not the fucking craziest story ever? I mean, let's go Zach Wilson, dude. Anyways, all right. At this point in my rankings, I have Russell Wilson as the highest quarterback. quarterback, if we look at everybody has a quarterback now besides me. So like I want to take a quarterback, but at the same time, I guess I should probably take one. There's probably around the time where people start taking their backup. So I'm going to take Russell Wilson here since it's not going to get back to me for a while and just kind of solidify that in. You know, I think he has a lot of upside at this point. I did like Tom Brady a lot, but since he's lost Chris Godwin for like half the year and he's lost Gronk, I think that hurts him. And I think Wilson with the new offense, new weapons, all of that is going to do him really good. And like, if anything, I can pick up a new quarterback. This is in the 10th round already. So I'll take him, Russell Wilson here. Yeah, look at Tom Brady went. We got people taking their backup. So pretty glad I went with Russ there. Oh, big tight end run. Now, since that tight end run went, I'm probably just going to punt this position since nobody that I really love. I do like Cole Kmet, but like not in a way that I want to reach for him. So that's probably who I'm going to look for. Cole Kmet or even Albert O. Like I think there's a lot of upside there. So I'll probably look for them the next round or so. Definitely not right here. I like Christian Kirk because he's probably the last wide receiver one that you can get. He is a wide receiver one for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but he's still a wide receiver one. So there's definitely value with him taking a shot at him this late. I also like Russell Gage because he's going to be taking that Chris Godwin role for the first half of the year. So there's a lot of upside there. Kadarius Toney is just a freak athlete. So let's see if anyone, Dameon Pierce, he's still here. Taking Dameon Pierce. You guys heard me talk about him. So right here, let's see for tight end, there's still a lot of wide receivers that I like. So I'm probably just going to take the tight end at Cole Kmet and just get one with me. So I don't really have to worry about that as much next time. You know, tight end in the 12th round, I'll take it. Russell Gage went, Kadarius Toney, Christian Kirk, all the guys that I like. Should I have taken one of them? Maybe. Do I regret it? Maybe. Whatever though. Let's see. Gallup, not a huge fan coming off injury. Boyd, just buried now with all the other weapons. Dotson, none of these people are super interesting. Anybody at running back that's interesting? Let's see. Gus Edwards a little bit. Do I need anyone's handcuff? Not really. Nobody's super intriguing on the board. I should have taken one of the boys. Whatever, you live and you learn. That's what it is with drafts. But no, very likely. I probably would have been happier, but it's not a big deal. Who do I want? I don't want anybody on this team. I'm going to take Albert O because I think there's a lot of upside in my tight end position. And having a stack with Russ could be nice if he does hit, but I don't need him to hit since this is my second to last pick. All right, my last pick. Who do I want? Who's the last? Michael Gallup, Tyler Boyd, Jahan Dotson. I'm going to take Kenny Golladay just because he used to be super good and he's my last pick. So if he can find a little bit of that talent on the Giants, then that'd be dope for me, but I don't really need it. I can drop him if he doesn't have a role the first week. So there you go. Kenny Golladay it is. And that's my team. Let's evaluate it. What do we actually think about it? Russell Wilson, James Conner, Elijah Mitchell, Jamar Chase, Stephon Diggs, Cole Kmet, Mike Evans, DJ Moore, Miles Sanders, Chase Edmonds, Garrett Wilson, Dameon Pierce, Albert O, and Kenny Golladay. Yeah, I like that. I actually like that team a lot. I gave myself a lot of chances with Cole Kmet and Albert O. They both have obvious upside. And then I took a bunch of shots at running back with, Dameon Pierce, Chase Edmonds, Miles Sanders, Elijah Mitchell. Like, I just need some of them to hit. And I'm pretty much solidified with my wide receivers. Like, these guys are going to be absolute studs. So if I can just figure out my tight end and, like, one of these guys somehow becomes an elite running back, or if I can trade for one, like, this team is stacked. So pretty nice. Is there anything that I wish that I did differently? Like, I don't know, maybe Breece Hall over James Conner, but like, I was just kind of going for safety at this point, but pretty good team, pretty solid. So there you have it. Hope you learned a little bit from this. I got more videos coming this week, so stay tuned for those. I can do more mock drafts. If anyone's watching this, let me know if you like the sleeper or fantasy pros better. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.